There is something so satisfying about seeing that little glow of electric lines running all through a new wired project. Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of 7 Days to Die. It is still overnight on day 119, which gives you an idea of how long this has taken me to put together. Welcome to the channel. I am Nick. It is so amazing to have you here. Let me collect up my wood frames I had to use to pillar up on top of this thing. So as I said, it is the bright and early morning of day 119, and I mean, you can see here the amount of work that we have gotten done here. We've got a lot of wiring stuff in place here. We have all of our electric fence posts in place. Wait till you see this amazing use of voxel game physics, just because, well, because of the way the wiring on these works, these share the same space with those over there, but they're already covering that span over there. Like, that one's already connected to a different span. So I had to put a couple of these on a couple sides upside down, so that way I could still have something wired up to the initial kind of interior premise. And I just actually released the most recent episode today, so kind of watching back through that, it's kind of funny even to see how much this project has changed. You can kind of see, so this is our little ramp design that we went with here. I actually completely eliminated the backsplash. That's some dyslexic words there for you. I eliminated the backsplash that went here, and we just kind of have this little ramp that kind of comes down in here now, and you can see I have full access to all of these no matter what. So if they get destroyed or if they get damaged, I can very easily replace or repair them. And of course, we do have access down through here, and I'll show you more of what I've got rocking and rolling in there in just a moment. But you can see here as you get up toward the middle here, this is one of the sides where we had to have the elevated thing here, but this is still going to be high enough that I would hit my head on this if I'm coming through here. So too will the zombies, which is really nice. And then this is where I will fight against them. Look at how much space I've got here. Look at how much more space this is going to allow compared to those stupid wooden ones, the square ones, I should say, where I had absolutely no room. These are actually ready for their next stage upgrade, I believe. So we can actually go ahead and button these up. Bear with me a sec. Bam. All right, and that takes care of that. And I mean, obviously, we're going to upgrade those to steel as well, and we're going to do that column in steel as well, but I wanted to wait until everything is kind of ready to be upgraded all in one fell swoop. We still don't have a ceiling on this thing. I am still not 100% sure exactly what a ceiling inside of this thing is actually going to look like. I need to put something in the middle here in order to kind of climb up. But you can see here, we've repurposed our old bunker down below here. We had to remove the boxes that were on the top there because I don't want boxes right there even with the level, obviously, where the zombies are running in. And we made 4 more boxes over here. So now we have a separate box for all of our food, and we have an extra supply box over here as well. So we'll just have a little bit more space up here to kind of fit things in. I decided this kind of corrugated metal texture, this looks like it was all kind of fastened and attached together. I kind of really love that. And then, of course, we've got the door to nowhere. This used to go out obviously into the trench where we could access our electrical posts, but that is no longer the case. What we are instead working on, though, and as you can see, I'm still got a lot of repair work to do from the last Horde night even. Just kind of sad, but you can see right here, and I've kind of been digging around this thing here. Why is every time I move around, I find stuff that's damaged? This, again, just because the zombies penetrated the base big time through the last Horde night, demolishers blowing up, explosives, all those different kind of things. But down here, and I just decided to build a small little space down, but then we can jump up here. And we need 1 more. Or 2 more, probably. There we go. There we go. So this up here is how we are actually going to access these little things here. There's one of these in every single one of these little quadrants. So this is, of course, is the old part of the base still. which is pretty much going to stay like this. I'm really not going to fuss with this too much. I'm going to kind of just leave this as is. We'll stick more of these iron traps in here, and I think what we're going to do is we're going to close this off over the top of where the electric posts go. Not necessarily with a full block right above it, but maybe with a slab, so that way we can fit in there a little bit easier when we're trying to replace them, especially because they're going to be really annoying to replace whenever we have to do so. And then I think what we may do is we may kind of continue this design here with the wedges and the little gable top and everything right over to meet this here. So that way it looks like a more kind of seamless design. And I don't know what we'll do with this area in here yet. Hello? But yeah, we'll kind of figure that out. And then, of course, we've got our wiring done, as I said. Now, we have our wiring. Oh, God. I walk into these things all the time. We have our wiring. Every single side has its own wiring. And of course, the generators, that's why we have this area down here. All of our generators are going to be down in that little bunker down there. We're going to run electricity up to all 4 of these separate grids. Each grid is going to be on its own switch. So we're going to have north, south, east, west. So basically, if I really want to, and I'd never will do this during a Horde night, but if I really wanted to, I could control, like, if the zombies all of a sudden stop coming down the north corridor, they start coming down the west corridor, I can shut everything off in one corridor and turn it on the next. I'm going to have everything wired to individual switches that way. So, say this corridor, this is our north corridor, we're going to have all of our electric grid panels wired, obviously. Then we have this, and we have this here. Now, these are going to wire up for our gun turrets that are going to go up over the top here. Can I get out of here to show you guys what I'm talking about here? Maybe. Where did I put those wood frames? Lisai. Oh, here they are. So as you can see, oh, that's right. I gotta carefully navigate this. There we go. So as you can see, I did end up going with the cross brace. It is a block lower, so I only went with a half block here. You can see that slopes down there, and there's a half block here on the top. I just don't have the concrete resources at this base right now to upgrade this. I'm still waiting to get that in place. That's why this isn't done this way. But, I mean, we've got this little cross beam over here. So if I'm a gun turret, this is my spread, like right here. And right here. So we're capturing all the zombies as they start funneling into this main area. And then we go down here and we have another one. Bam. Perfect area, perfect spread. We've got tons of space to cover there. And then I'm still deciding 100% on what's going to happen in here on the interior. I believe we're going to have 2 more gun turrets back here. So we're going to have 6 total facing here. And then I think what we're actually going to do, and I thought about this a lot, because if you think about stupid vultures swooping down and you know, they were like all over the top of the base last time, what if we put some fan blades up here? Like, what if, like, not here, but like if we put a block like in here. I don't have any rebar on me. I've used, I mean, again, thousands of rebar frames, tens of thousands of buckets of concrete over here, just doing the upgrade work that I've done so far. Like Shades of the Garden all over again. But if I put an air blade on top of, like, these 2 things, they're going to overlap in the middle. And then if I put an air blade on top of these 2 things, they're going to overlap in the middle. So we're going to have air blade coverage on all 4, like the entire top of this thing. So that way, if vultures decided to try to descend on this, so rather than use the shotgun turrets, which I believe is what I had talked about before, I'll pepper the shotgun turrets in here somewhere. And this is kind of the only thing, is like, where am I going to mount the turrets if I put the fan blade traps like I want to, like that? But I think that's a really smart idea, because I'll have those on a separate switch. They'll be individually controlled. So that way, if I'm climbing up to the roof to come up here and chuck Molotovs down, which, I mean, obviously, look at this perfect vantage point. That's perfect to just stand up here. I can get right down below there. I need to put some kind of overhang block here for spiders as well. We don't have that in place yet. Maybe I'll make some iron bars or something like that, something I can walk on but still see and shoot through. But yeah, just imagine that. Like I said, I mean, we could, I don't even know. Like, maybe what we'll do is we'll add another one of these. Maybe I can move one of these down, and then we'll add another one of these little cross braces in here, and then we can add the shoddy turrets on that, or more SMG turrets, because we can't put an SMG turret back here now if this is going to be like that. Yeah, so I think what we're going to end up doing is we're going to add another cross brace in here. That seems to me to be the smartest, the smartest thing that we can possibly do, at least right now, right? But yeah, so, I mean, essentially you come inside here, everything funnels down in, and I just wanted this to look a little bit different. I was actually going to do some ramps turned sideways there to kind of give a little bit more curvature to the base, but I decided against it. In the end, this base needs to be much more, I just need to be much more concerned about, function. It needs to be a good Horde Knight base. It needs to repel the Hordes. Why have I not upgraded these yet? These, of course, are like the little wood wedge corner tips and wedge corner inside pieces and all that stuff that I had to shove in there. But those are looking great. I gotta get some steel out here and repair some of this stuff. Look how much damage some of these blocks suffered during the last Horde Night that I still have not been able to repair. I mean, you can again just see like the amount of work that we're gonna have to do in the death corridors, as I'm calling them. But then we're also going to have our, those iron traps all across the floor here. And I do plan on having fan blade traps in here as well, hanging on the wall, like right here, dead center. And actually, this is kind of perfect. I do want to move like this one here down. Why don't I do that right now? I don't have any more rebar frame up here, unfortunately. So it's kind of annoying, but... let me just do this really quick. Copy shape, copy rotation. So it was initially 1, 2, 3, 4. It was initially right there, but we're going to leave a 5th space in between now because I want that to be the middle. So now it's going to go here. And we got to copy rotation again. I love it. Ever since they added that tool, it has been such a lifesaver in terms of... Still put it in the wrong stupid place. Copy shape, copy rotation, 3, 4, 5, boom. Yes, there we go. All right, now copy shape of these, copy rotation of these. And then, yeah, so we'll put another cross brace in the middle here that we're also going to put some more turrets on. And then right below here, like right here, because this is a half block, obviously, right here, we're going to put some fan blade traps just to catch zombie heads because they tend to, at least in the past on Horde Nights, they have tended to just kind of stream in here like this along the sides. So if they do that, they're going to get zapped, they're going to hit the iron traps, and they're going to hit the fan blade traps, and they're going to have the guns shooting down at them, and they're going to have me here in the death box with a much cleaner shot than I've ever had before. And one thing that I know I've taken this skill a long time ago, but I haven't talked to you guys about is like this penetration perk, the penetrator, this guy. So my bullets now ignore 35% of armor, and like I can penetrate 3 additional targets. Like... I mean, that's kind of amazing. Whenever I use the sniper rifle, like, I'm going to be able to sit in here with the sniper rifle and shoot through multiple targets that are just kind of all stacking up in these corridors as they run down through. And these are wide enough and big enough, and the path to me is clear enough that the zombies shouldn't really try to path around it. I can't see why they would. So yeah, I've still definitely got some buttoning up work to do here. I'm imagining another, I don't know, at least 2 full days of work over here before all is done and dusted. I'm waiting for some concrete to finish building downstairs so I can do the next major part of the upgrade here. But I still obviously need to dig out that bunker down below as well. I'm running low on gas resources. I have to get out to the desert to my little oil shale mine out there. I've been eating so much meat stew. Get it in the belly. And we better go grab some more food too. But yeah, I mean, I've been just basically just doing nothing, but I had to stop over. I had to run back over to the main base, and I had to pick up some iron resources and some other stuff to smelt here so I could make some more steel and grab concrete because I just did not have enough concrete here. I have no food in here. Ooh. Good morning. Welcome back, everyone. It has been a few days, and the frame rate is a little bit worse, as you can see over there in between those 2 relays hanging on the wall. But the base, I mean, aside from some paint, and I've still got some work to do down in the bunker where the generators and stuff are stored. That is still definitely a work in progress, but that's not necessary to have that done in time for Horde Night. But I want to show you guys what we've got rocking and rolling here. In here is our generator. This guy covers our lights and everything all around the perimeter. We've got spotlights around the perimeter. I'll show you guys those, as well as bunker lighting and as well as the lights that are in here right now. And we've actually still got some space left on that, but I still need more lights down in the bunker once that's finished building. But let's get up here and let's finally show you guys the finished product. I am so excited to run this base. I cannot wait. It is going to be amazing. You're looking at it here, not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 death corridors, each of them with 6 gun turrets at the top, 2 shotties, and 4 SMGs. The shotgun turrets are the ones that are closest to the inside here. Electric tripwires going all the way out to the entrance, and blade traps to catch things here as they run in. I mean, everything is wired on its own grid, so the north is on its own generator, the west is on its own generator, and so on. But then we've also got up here, and we can see we've got more lights in here. There's a little bit of wire spaghetti going around in here. I mean, there's unfortunately not much you can do about that in this game, but... Oh, no, we can't go out there. Haha. So I mentioned this specifically, and these are on their own individualized switch. We have Vulture Proofing. That's right, Vulture Proofing, as well as anything else that might happen to get on top of here and do this. Now, I mentioned, I think Christiane mentioned over in the comments on the last episode, not to worry about or to not, block everything off. So I had a place to Molotov from. Well, I've still got plenty of places to Molotov from. I put these iron bars up here so I can still stand right up here and shoot right down at the zombies that are below me, and we can just whip a Molotov right off the side there. That's not the issue. However, the issue that I'm having is spider zombies. Spider zombies can definitely still climb right up the edges of this bad boy if they want to. Now, if I'm inside of the kill box, are they going to? Most likely no. But, I mean, as you can see, the relays are just exposed over here. And, I mean... they could easily kind of maybe try to get to the gun turrets or something. I don't necessarily know how well that's going to go. There's part of me that wants to try to put some kind of cover block over the top of this to kind of try to prevent spiders from being able to do that. But, I mean, again, then you're running into the issue of I won't be able to throw Molotovs down at the crowds of zombies, which, I mean, even still, like, how awesome will it be to be able to get, like, over here and smack down at them? So this base definitely isn't perfect, and I probably should not have gone with the design choice of half slabs here, because now I can't put things on top of them. Okay, well I can, but they'll look weird and floating. So you may before Horde Night comes see like everything out to this first gun turret set here ripped out, replaced with normal blocks, and then I may put iron traps on there. That's also going to be on the ground down there. We're going to have iron traps all the way through all the corridors leading up to the kill box. And I mean, one of the biggest and best changes, I'm going to turn all these gun turrets and stuff off so that way we don't have to listen to this stuff anymore, because it is quite loud. But yeah, if you take a look here, this is the kind of primary thing, and this is how I always had done kill boxes in the past. Zombies will be able to reach through here much better, but they won't be able to get through this. Vultures remains to be seen. They were doing some weird clippy things in the last Horde Night. I don't know if that was because they can or because there's a bug or both. It's really not anything to tell, but there's a lot more space in here. First of all, I feel like I don't feel constricted like I did in the other one because of the changes in elevation that I had built in here. The zombies will get up here and they'll basically just be whacking in, and of course we're going to upgrade all this to steel. I've got all the steel. I just have to actually put the steel blocks in here, but that's easy peas. We'll probably do that Horde Night. We'll probably also upgrade this to steel as well. I want to do some painting work over here. I did paint this with that rusted tread plate. I like the way that that looks in here. I think that looks really good. And yeah, we'll just be sat in here with like our AK, with, I'll have a shotgun. And we could maybe even use the Magnum on Horde Nights, because I haven't been really using it for POI raids and stuff either, although I really should be. I really should honestly just ditch the sniper rifle altogether and just be rocking the Magnum. But yeah, you guys are going to have to let me know what you think. Do you think that this base is going to do a better job of standing up against the hordes than did the previous Horde Night base? I definitely think it will. I remember talking before about putting a ton of shoddy turrets on top of this thing to potentially protect against vultures, but I much prefer... I much prefer like this idea of these blade traps, because I mean, this is right here. If they try to fly into that, they're definitely going to get chewed up by these things. And then if we do have spiders that can manage to climb their way up onto the top of this thing, they're going to get cut up by these as well, and none of the other zombies will be able to get up here. So yeah, I may rip these blocks out of here. I'm not sure. It's going to take a little bit of time to obviously rip them out of here, but I think it'll be worth it. We've also got more wire spaghetti like going across here. Like this is to connect the spotlight relays that are over here up at the front. But that's kind of just the way that I had to run the wiring for the spotlights, because I want them connected to the generator that's running the lighting. I don't want them, well, there's no room on the generators for the corridors. Like, even though these are only 5 apiece, I mean, there's literally no space left. I could fit maybe an extra relay in on these, and that's pretty much it. I wanted to put more lighting in here too, but I don't think I'll be able to unless I wire it off of the one from the spotlights. But yeah, so we kind of had to run wiring for that a little bit weird. That's why you see this like way going up there. Because that's all for the lighting and stuff, and then, you know, you've got more wire spaghetti, like I said, like, yeah, like right here, like that wire right there. It is what it is. It's a Horde Night base. Again, I want function over form here. I want it to be a working, like, really, really good stronghold first, and then everything else is secondary. Is there no ladder in here to climb out? I mean, I guess I don't need those ladders anymore, because that's why I put this here. Yeah, I guess I don't need those ladders anymore. I do want to fill those with some more traps down there, some more steel traps, just to make that a little bit tougher to get to me. And I mean, even honestly, like, I thought about maybe putting more gun turrets up here on top of this. That's something that remains to be seen. We may be able to do that in another Horde Night, but there's not really a good angle of attack from up here. I thought about also putting spotlights right here on the inside of this thing, but then I said, nah, I don't really need it. If we put lighting inside of the bunker, we put lighting here, inside the corridors, I don't think we'll actually need the extra lighting up here, so we'll probably put some extra steel trappage up here as well. I mean, maybe a little bit, because I got to be able to get up here to get to where the iron bars are to be able to throw Molotovs. I could honestly continue this aesthetic all the way, like, down, like the iron bars, but then again, I'm removing my ability to throw Molotovs at the zombies, which, you know, definitely does do a lot of damage. It definitely does help, especially when they get clustered into big groups. But yeah, you guys are going to have to let me know what you think. Head down to the comments and, you know, leave a comment. Let me know what you think of this, because I love it. I absolutely love it. I mean, just imagine you're a zombie and you're getting ready to kind of charge down into that corridor. Like, that's going to be absolutely insane. And that's going to be much more damage concentrated on you, like, running down here than it was for the other base, like, by far. Everything else was so spread apart in the old base, but now we've got 6 guns all concentrating fire, and plus you're going to have me, so technically 7 guns all focusing fire. And we've seen on Horde Nights before, the zombies always attack from a certain direction. You know, they'll usually come from, you know, usually like over in this direction they'll spawn first, and they'll usually come in this entrance when they do. But I mean, even still, like, that's kind of the good thing, because we've seen the zombie behavior on Horde Nights before. We've seen how they operate. We've seen how they move. So hopefully it'll work in our favor. I mean, that's the only thing I can really hope for, is that it'll work in our favor. I also do have to think about that in terms of the spider zombies. We also do have the electrical trap wires here. That's also going to be hitting the spider zombies. So that's also something to definitely keep track of. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. That's going to do it for another episode of 7 Days to Die. There will probably be one more episode before the 126th day Horde. Most of my time is going to be spent collecting ammo and ammo resources and getting all these guns loaded, because there is not a single drop of ammo in any of them. I actually haven't aimed most of them either. Those ones I definitely haven't. They're just aiming out into the sky. So we definitely need to make sure we take care of that as well. Is there even another way? No, you know what? And I removed every other way in here, so there's no other way in here but to try to run down the corridors. And the good thing is I can hit these switches from down here if I really, really wanted to. Although I would need to turn those fan blade traps on. Is anybody's guess. I definitely don't need those fan blade traps up there on if I'm not inside of the box. But yeah, make sure you hit the like button on this video if you like the content. Make sure you subscribe if you enjoy the content and want to see more of it. And don't forget to ring that bell so you get notified whenever I release new content. I love you guys. I hope you're having an absolutely amazing day, week, month, year, whenever you're listening and watching this. You're amazing. Thank you so much for all of your incredible support. And I will see you in the next episode of 7 Days to Die. Bye.